What's good, everyone? Santorio Hector stock market savage. What's going on with y'all? Having an afternoon beer, trading the market. So much smart money has been lost. Jesus, and when smart money is not so smart, what's really going on? Smart money is when smart money is not so smart. But there are those who have been warning us consistently to get out of the Mag 7, you know. And I don't even think that you should be out of them, in my opinion. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. I don't. I think that, like Warren Buffett said, when everyone else is selling, that's when you should be trying to find a way to buy. Man, makes you understand the importance of having cash reserves waiting for an opportunity. 14 people, we should have 14 likes. Can I please have 14 likes? What's good? Santorio Hector, Cleveland record producer, self-taught investor. Like and subscribe. Why don't we have 14 likes? Are you guys here to discourage or talk down on or bring negative energy into the live broadcast? Please don't do that. This is a positive broadcast. And right now, for those that don't understand what's going on in the world, especially if you live in America with the devaluing of the US dollar and the fact that your dollar will buy less if the dollar it doesn't regain its value that it's losing, or there is not some other way or some other currency that America controls, or the petrodollar has been at risk, and there are ways to subvert the petrodollar. And so what's happening, I really truly did anticipate for, I started saying around November when the market was really being stagnant and it stopped moving like it used to. When Nvidia started just when Nvidia sat still for 30 days straight, to me that was a sign. You're looking at a stock that could go up or down in a week, $10 or $20, and sometimes more, just not moving $5 in price and $5 in price range, $10 in price range in either direction. You can't even make money off Iron Vice options. Yeah, that never existed. And so to me, I've been saying, like, hedge yourself if you're an investor, in my opinion, because I don't give investment advice. I just give my opinion as a self-taught investor and someone who started building my portfolio from scratch with less than $200 and built up a portfolio up into an $83,000 portfolio value with equity and margin before the crash in April. And even as recently as 4 or 5 months ago, had a $65,000 account value in equity and margin. And so I feel like my opinion as a new trader, like, so I definitely am an example to new traders and traders that's coming up, that people who want to trade and want to learn how to trade. I don't profess to be a professional, but I have been doing this for over a year and a half, and I've been doing it consistently, and I've been doing it, and I've been paying bills, and I've been buying food and financing my lifestyle, and I've been doing it and paying for my music that I release, and everything that I do. When I go shopping, I buy polo, and I shop at Macy's, and I buy shares of Macy's. It's all from the market. It's all from the market. So it's different levels of stress for people. I'm stressing because my portfolio is down 40 fucking $1,000. The $10,000 that you could see is that's because that's just was lost most recently. That, if when you making money, but when you making money, but you in actuality you behind. I mean, how much are you really behind? We down $10,000, and I can't day trade. I'm restricted from day trading. I ain't made no money this year in the market, even though I have made money. I've made money because I made money, and cause it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain, but um, the smart money has somewhat outsmarted itself, and for those people who can learn from anybody, even a new trader, investor, who is teaching himself and making his own way, and choosing and selecting my own mentors to guide me with network channels like CNBC for financial news to help to either confirm or invalidate um, positions that I'm thinking about taking or considering, or certain securities and assets that I may be thinking about investing into. Jim Cramer, the knowledge that he brings as a top money manager over the years, as um, a teacher and a guru of investing and trading and managing other people's money, and teaching other people how to successfully manage their own money, and created so many millionaires, as well as the brothers from Earn Your Leisure, you know, Ian, Rashad, Ian, they all the same package, however you name them, bro. Brothers that's teaching us how to elevate, and how to go out, and how to become more than just a consumer. That's a lie. That's a lie. Jim Cramer is is spot on. Everybody could be wrong, bro, but most of the time he's right about companies. I don't know how you could ever say that's a lie. And the whole and as far as when it comes to CNBC on that particular network and that channel, when it comes to the financial sector of that network and that channel, mostly every analyst and every fund manager that is a panelist on that show, as well as might happen to run their own funds, they defer to him and his opinion. So I disagree with you respectfully when it comes to your opinion as it relates to the teacher, Jim Cramer. That's my teacher. So all I can tell you is from his insight and being able to understand his point of view as it relates to the market and being able to do my own homework and interpret data and read Fibonacci candlesticks, because at the end of the day, you still have to make your own decision. And then there's still the fact of what he always talks about, suitability. Everything, every stock that he may recommend may not be suitable for you or your particular portfolio. And what is your portfolio's objective? You should have an objective. You should either be saving for your future. And most people who don't even understand, why you even really looking at your portfolio if you investing with your own money and you saving not to touch that shit for 20, 30 years? Because the market goes up and down. So why you panicking when the market is going down instead of buying more if you believe in the stock and the story of the stock and the momentum of the stock is only stalled because it's turmoil in the investment world overall as a whole, everywhere, in bonds, in forex, in equities, in crypto. Every fucking financial asset is being troubled because of the geopolitical events and wars and small wars and tribal wars in emerging markets and countries and global economic shit that's affecting our economies and our investments, and how your wealth will either grow or be dissipated and eaten away. So I mean, you know, there's a group of investors and high power individuals and high money individuals who are known and identified as the smart money, and they're not always so smart sometimes because they want to everything that I've learned from what I'm studying about really developing the real mind of the real psychological mind of a trader, the reality of facing what the market is really showing you and what the market is really doing, and the panic that the market is really creating. Understanding how to do technical analysis and just pay attention to the freaking market. You'll never know when a crash is going to really happen. And so the best thing to do is in great times, prepare for a time of famine. What have we learned? And we disconnect ourselves from the biblical stories and from the Creator and from the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, and the books of holiness and the books that teach us as within the brotherhood of humanity to strive for fair trade and commerce and the brotherhood of humanity, and we must sell and buy and trade goods from one another. But this is the way of humanity. Since the beginning of times, trade routes and interaction, and you have what we don't have, and we have what you don't have, and it doesn't at all have to be about violence and the threat of warfare, and it could just be about good business. It could really be about good business, but because smart money is not so smart, because smart money wants to what? Make you liquidity. Who do they want to make liquidity? The supposed dumb money. If you're trading with your own money, if you're trading with your own money, and you're not trading on margin and you're not leveraged out, if you're leveraged out, first of all, they're going to wipe you out. And if you haven't learned to understand In this day and age, 13 people in the live, we should have 13 likes. Like and subscribe. I'm going to make money out the market no matter what. I'm going to sit still when it's time to sit still. After I sit still and I see what's happening, and I'm like, yo, either I need to make a move to survive. It's the art of war. It's the art of warfare that we practice as investors. If you don't have a warlike mentality as an investor and the psychological fortitude to endure and watch the market going down and figure out how to strategize and find a way to make you some money without panicking, then you don't need to be a trader. All an investor has to do is pay attention and be patient, especially when you're investing for the long term. Please understand that long term, the market shall reverse and turn around because what? The wealthy and the powerful shall always protect their money and find a way to make it happen. Now, smart money always does find a way to do that. But smart money and no money knows when the market may suddenly take a dive in the space age market that we trade today. Why is it a space age market? Are there not private space companies that are building and trading on the market and preparing to be publicly traded on the market, whose objective is to build data centers on the moon and to be in outer space and build outer space colonies? This is a space age market. I am talking to you about trading the market. I'm a new investor and I'm a new trader, and I have the ability to go live and disseminate information. And some people may utilize this information. Now, is my information, is it valid? This is what I mean when I say space age market. There are people, some people who take information from people who are misguiding them, who are misleading them, who are, giving investment advice whether they licensed to do so or not. You know, my channel is opinion commentary channel based on what I'm experiencing in real time, trading the market right before your eyes. In real time, trading the market right before your eyes. I do not call myself the stock market savage for no reason. I came from the streets of Cleveland, Ohio. I was born in Akron, Ohio. My mother moved me to Cleveland, Ohio when I was 2 years old. This is a wild city. It could be very dangerous and it could be very peaceful. These brothers in the streets of Cleveland, Ohio do not play. It has never been sweet. And I survived, and I was in the streets gang banging and selling drugs and doing all type of shit in the market and reeling it in and focusing is what allowed me to change my life and 360 my life. Shout out India. You know what I'm talking about. Shout out Puja. Shout out Puja. You hear me? Sorry Deuces YT. You entitled to your opinion, bro. Jim Cramer helped me make a lot of money, as well as Ian Dunlap and Ian and Rashad, the brothers from Earn Your Leisure, Wall Street Trapper. Anybody who I've took information from them and utilized that information to be able to analyze the market or analyze a stock or a trade that led to me, creating income out the market, then I don't have anything negative to say about those individuals. Those are individuals who have been my mentors and guiding lights in this discipline of trading because I'm more than an investor. I got some portfolios that I don't even touch, and I'm focusing on this portfolio because this is the portfolio that I'm actively building with my community. This is not the only stock portfolio that I have. The stocks that I own in this portfolio are not the only stocks that I own. I have other portfolios on other with other online brokers. That's not really everybody's business. This is the public account that I trade, that I show people where I'm winning and all. I'm down 40 racks in this account. I have other money in other accounts. I'm down 10 bands as of most recently. But overall, my portfolio is down over 40 racks. We'll make it back. I feel confident that I can make it back, but I can't make it back from making stupid trades and from being dumb money, which is what they assume that every retail investor is. Their objective is to create liquidity in the market, and you are the liquidity if you panic sell your stocks and you turn unrealized losses into realized losses and let realized gains sit there just to show that you have show other people I got this much money in an account and never trim off of your realized gains and off of your unrealized gains and turn your unrealized gains into realized gains so you could utilize the profits to reinvest in you know what I mean. And we know how the story goes as investors and as traders. Nobody's traded this market, this space age market that we're in. The smart money isn't even so smart right now. They don't know what the fuck is really going on because if they did, they'd be telling us. And that's no disrespect. We are all doing our best to assess the market, and at best we are making logical predictions based off of what we can observe and analyze from the discipline and the skills that we learn in this discipline, in this world of finance. But because it's a space age market, because of social media and how information can be spread, because political figures now have the ability to say, go do a news fucking announce some shit on the news or go on a podcast and say some shit that can make investors mentality the mentality of the average investor is unstable already. So imagine an unstable mentality, and everybody is citing panic around the instability of the psychological state of mind of the average traders who fear what? The loss of fucking money. And how many of these people who seeing these losses, they not it's your responsibility to try to understand who's losing the money and where the money is being lost at. It's your responsibility to go look up the stocks that you own and go look up the stocks that you own and go see are insiders selling or buying. If insiders are dumping the stock, you might want to try to understand why, especially if they dumping it and it's down. That means they may think it's going to lose more value, and they trying to get out, and they may still be in a profit zone, and you don't know when you got in. A lot of times, retail investors get in on the tail end of an investment chasing an investment and they don't get in at the low end. And so when they take mass profits because they got in at the very bottom and scare you up out of this trade, this is by design. This is by design because the market has to create liquidity. And sometimes trying to be a rocket scientist is what gets us caught up because it's some it's not easy trading. It's not easy with information and knowledge and understanding of what's going on overall as a whole. Knowing what's going on in forex, knowing what's going on with the bonds, knowing what's going on with the futures. Now I understand as a whole why this individual who knows about, like, for people who just trade futures and that's all they understand futures and how to trade futures and trend line trades and everything, but they don't follow forex, so they don't know what's going on with forex. Even if you trade futures, what's going on with forex in the stock market and the bond market may affect the futures market. So the discipline for those, I think personally, who excel as traders, they learn about all of the financial assets and instruments that are traded across the board and how they coincide with one another, and how the different markets weigh on and affect one another. It's just the next logical thing to do if you going to take your trading seriously. Now keep distinguishing between traders and investors for a reason, because investors should be having a ball right now trying to Uber delivery drive and DoorDash delivery and do everything they can to get some extra money to be investing into some of these stocks that will recover and bounce back without a doubt. But the fear that's being created and the fact that smart money is seeming to be really confused. You take what I'm saying? With smart money, and you can tell that they they're doing they basically doing basic textbook analysis and what you learn when you go to school for this, and you just didn't have to go to school to college to be in the finance world or to be a finance. You used to have to go to school, but not have a degree. You just have to go to a yeah. So now, even a degree financial or and a certified um, a certified what's the, what's the certification that I'm looking for? Uh, a certified financial planner, CPA, certified CFP, certified financial planner, even a certified financial planner who could legitimately is licensed or certified to give out financial advice in this type of market would just be giving you a basic analysis and assessment. But I told everybody weeks ago, in my opinion, if you want to hedge yourself against the stock market crashing, was just to be the whole shares of the VIX and to get the shares of the VIX at the lowest level you could get them at and load up, because you're not, if you buying $1,000 worth of shares of the VIX or $5,000 worth of shares of the VIX and you're accumulating shares of the VIX, depending on what your portfolio size and value is. Because if you're trying to hedge against a large portfolio, hell, if you buy shares of the VIX at their lowest value, one thing we know for sure is that when the market goes down, the VIX definitely goes up. And so if you're looking for a way to create income in a trending down market, in a bearish market, when the bear just pop up and start ravishing shit, bears just pop up out the woods and start ravaging shit. I said even when it's peaceful in the woods, you should be prepared for a bear attack in one of my live streams a few weeks back. Even when it's peaceful in the woods, you should be prepared for a possible bear attack, to defend yourself against a possible bear attack. And I meant that. So like and subscribe. I'm not really gonna be on here long. It's 2 o'clock. It's 2 hours left in regulation hour trading in the market. I'm in a futures forex trade as well, trading across different sessions, Asian, London, European sessions, trying to get about this trade I got myself trapped in. With a minimal loss if I had to get out without a loss, but I really felt the Fibonacci that I was reading was going to swing it back up to a level that it just ain't hit before, and I was going to show my genius. I lightweight did and fucked it up, but that happens. You know, you have to learn when to move, when not to move, and this is part of the training that you go through, especially hands-on investing. And I think that's the best way to learn, when you're really trying to preserve some capital that you created, and when you scaled an account and developed a method and a strategy to be able to scale an account. You know, tap in with me, with me, rock out with me, Santorio Hector. Go check out the records on all music platforms, Santorio Hector. Go check out my records, and listen to the music, see what it do on all music platforms. You know, give a brother an opportunity, give an artist that I represent and support an opportunity to touch your life through the music. You dig? Musical artist. I'm a record producer. Go check out the records on Apple Music, on Spotify. You dig? Like and subscribe at 1,000 subscribers, at which point we will be able to monetize this channel. When I am able to monetize this channel, I want to give something back to all of the people who take time to come into these live streams and engage me in conversation and give your opinions. Some people talk shit, and you know, it is what it is. It's, you know, at the end of the day, I appreciate the engagement. Like and subscribe. Tell everybody about the channel. Tell everybody about the records and about the music. Go check out the records if you listen to hip hop music. If you listen to, street music, not murder music. We don't make that. Tap in. You dig? Tap in. You can Google me. So you can search me on Google, Santorio Hector, and tap in. You know what I mean? Tap in. Stock market savage. Let me get off of here and see what type of plays I can I got some plays that definitely in the money right about now. They're definitely in the money right about now. To me, in my opinion, you better grab that VIX right now. You better still got an opportunity to get the VIX at a nice low price before when the market goes down. If this motherfucker is crashing, the VIX is gonna go up. That's my opinion. I do not give investment advice. Investing and when investing and in investing, you do have the possibility that you may lose some or all of your initial investment. That is a possibility when investing. As an American, I know that the institution of the stock market and the U.S. markets, equities markets, have been a generational uh, wealth creator for many wealthy families and dynasties. And it's an American institution, a great American institution. And so I willingly choose to be a part of it and accept those risks in the effort to be more than a consumer and to have ownership in the brands that I utilize through purchases and personal consumption. Yeah. So that's my take on it. Everybody be blessed. Sartorio Hector, Stock Market Savage. You know what I mean? In my opinion, stocks that I personally would, want to get more of. I'm looking to, I need more Netflix. I need more Robinhood. Palantir at 130. I'm thinking Palantir is going through something. Nvidia at 173 with a target price of 200 something is definitely worth taking a look at. But I feel like it's going to continue to go down. So like I would wait to I would snatch up Robinhood and Netflix at the prices they at and lower prices. And I would snatch up Palantir in my opinion. 130, it may go much lower. There's something going on. And smart money is they they got something going on. Yeah, you better pay attention if you're invested. Santorio Hector, Stock Market Savage. Go check out the records featuring artists from New York to California. I got to get back on these last 2 hours of the market and pay attention to what's going on. It ain't no time to be sitting still no more. It's time to get aggressive.